All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Podrace. Today, we're gonna have a couple little games to do, and then we're gonna go ahead and do some MCU Trilogy ranking and debate. We'll start off. We're gonna do a couple Would You Rather's. We have a few questions set up to ask each other, just about five each, and then we'll talk about them as deep as we want to go into detail, and then we'll jump into MCU Trilogy ranking. I guess I'll go first since I set it up kind of with the would you rather's. Cool with that.
All right. Yeah.
All right. So, and these are all movie ish related. So the first one is Doomsday and Secret Wars are both considered peak 9 out of 10 movies, and the DCU over the next 10 years, we'll give it a 10-year run, is mid at best. Or the DCU is considered to be better than the MCU, but Doomsday and Secret Wars are both terrible duds, like 3 out of 10s.
Hmm. That's like define it like I know you said 3 out of 10, but can you compare it to like a movie
Uh, they are
equivalent to like what?
Quantumania bad.
Uh, the only
And
thing the only thing I'll say, like you said,
or like
I
Love
feel
and
like the
Thunder
D
bad.
I feel like the DCU being mid could still be fine because you
I
could
said
have some highs still in there and just have some lower lows. But
yeah.
if it was like high for 10 years, you would have that competition like and maybe even them like overtaking Marvel, the MCU for a minute. But I also think Doomsday and Secret Wars is like key to the future of the MCU. I got to go that their peak over.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat. I feel like you should I would take the guaranteed peak than the maybe movies that we don't even know are coming out for DCU. Um all right, so you took Doomsday and Secret Wars are peak. The next one is the Ray movie slash trilogy that is coming out for Star Wars as a whole is considered to be better than the prequel trilogy, or the Harry Potter TV series that is coming out is considered to be on par with the quality of all the movies.
I'll take the Ray.
Really?
I'd rather have Star Wars have better movies again.
Okay.
And I just don't like that the Harry Potter show is happening because I don't think it has to happen yet.
Okay.
I
See,
know
I
the Harry
thought.
Potter.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, I was gonna say I thought maybe you might go Harry Potter because you like it a lot, but also because I think you're lower on the prequels than I am, and so
I
maybe
mean,
that
I'm
standard is
still
not high
lower
for
on the
you.
prequels, but if they're, you said they would be on par or better.
Better than the prequels.
Okay, but if they're better than the prequels, then they're the second best trilogy in Star Wars. Just about that based off alone off my rankings.
Okay.
So I like because I obviously the sequels are last and OG's first. So
Yeah,
I
but
would
still,
take
my
I don't love Ray's character, but that could be like a redemption for her, and
okay.
maybe she turns into this peak character,
Yeah,
like
maybe
a top 10 character for me.
that would be a good
So.
thing. Like, regardless what people feel over now, that would be a good
Well,
thing.
yeah, we talked
So,
about Mando and Grogu, and like that's a make or break. Like that sequel trilogy would give fans confidence in Disney to give us a good
yeah,
product again. So
yeah. See, yeah. I mean, and my overall thought with that too, like I said, was that maybe your bar for the prequels is so low that like, or not so low, but it's lower to where even if Ray's trilogy is better, it's still like, eh, to where you might
yeah,
want to take the Harry Potter thing. Because if Harry Potter is like really really good and the show's that good, then like maybe that's something worth taking. But so you want prequels there. The next one, The Odyssey is a total letdown of a movie, but Toy Story 5 and Mando and Grogu are really good movies, like 8 out of 10 good. Or Toy Story 5 and Mando and Grogu are both like 4 out of 10 movies, like really bad, but The Odyssey is better than Oppenheimer.
I'd rather the Odyssey be better than Oppenheimer.
Okay?
Toy Story 4 already like while it was an okay movie, it kind of ruined that the perfect ending of 3. And I'm not as high as Mando and Grogu as you are. So I'd rather the Odyssey be better than Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer was one of the better movies of the past 5 years.
Okay. Yeah. It's
So
probably
you're
top
saying,
five.
yeah. So you're saying you're getting a top three movie of the decade, maybe? Yeah, I'd rather have that.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. When you put it that way, it's fair. Yeah. Um. All right. This one is kind of related to a conversation we had the other day. I don't know how true the rumor is. I didn't look into it past the tweet.
Okay.
But Robert Pattinson is cast as Ghost Rider, and any of the movies that come out with him as Ghost Rider, where he's like it's a Ghost Rider movie, is considered to be as good as the Batman, and he will play the character for 5 to 10 years. But you don't get a Batman Part Two. So Batman is
No,
it's
I want Batman. All right, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
or I would say or you get the Batman Part Two, nothing more. So not a three. He's not in the DCU. So you get a Batman Part Two, and that's it. And no Ghost Rider, and it's as good as Part One.
I'd be fine with no Ghost Rider if we at least get one more Batman with him in that universe.
Okay, so
And he
you
could
would
always
be
play another character in the MCU. He doesn't have to be doing a Ghost
okay.
Rider.
All right. I was kind of assuming he wouldn't play another, but okay, that's fine. So you would be fine sacrificing like
Even if he didn't play another, I'll take another Batman.
even if the Ghost Rider content for 5 to 10 years was better than the Batman, you're taking the Batman.
Yeah. I also don't even
Okay.
think like he is like the best suited person for the Ghost Rider character.
Okay.
I don't know who I would 100% cast him as yet, but Ghost Rider is definitely not at the top of like I
Yeah.
would never think him for that.
Again, that was just off that tweet that we had in the group chat that we were kind of
Yeah.
talking. So I don't know how true that was. The last one. Would you rather have, and it can look however you want, a vibranium shield with the super soldier serum, or would you rather have full Beskar armor with all of the weaponry of a Mando or Boba Fett?
I'd rather be a super soldier with the
Yeah,
shield, I think.
yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, it'd be cooler. If I was in the military,
Cuz like
maybe I would want.
Mando and Boba are just clone like I mean Boba's a clone. So like
Yeah, but you would get like
I know
unpenetrable
you get
armor
the
with a
yeah,
jetpack
but
and wrist
like
rockets and.
if somehow a Jedi could kill you pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't putting you in the universes; I was
I
putting you
know.
on
I'm just
Earth.
saying.
But
But
so,
still,
no, I'm with you. I would
I feel
also
like
pick the
I feel
serum.
like if you had the serum and the shield, if a tank rolled up on you, you have a better chance of probably surviving it. I feel like
If a tank rolled up on you, maybe. I don't know. It depends.
the shield would take most of the impact, and then you're literally a super soldier.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah, but if you're in full Beskar armor, which I would assume is like equivalent to vibranium, maybe you tank the
I'm still
tank.
picking Cap
I agree.
or
Yeah,
super
like
soldier.
yeah, that's basically cap. I agree. I would take the serum even without the shield. I would take the serum.
Okay.
I think I would want to just like be that. Um. Anyway, make me
Is that
taller.
it?
So yeah. Um. Your
Well, that
turn.
kind of leads into my first. Would you rather?
Okay.
Would you rather be a Jedi or Captain America?
Damn. I would. When you say Captain America, like I take the mantle, or
What?
like
Yeah.
I'm
What
just
else would I
a
mean?
serum. Okay. I'm just making sure it's not like just the serum.
Captain America, you are
I would rather be Captain
America.
America. I'd rather be
Really?
America's ass. Yeah.
I fully thought you
Because
were gonna say Jedi.
I was close, but like it's if you're telling me I have like the moral like standing of Steve and all that, I'm taking that.
Yeah, you really could use that. So,
Oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah.
um, would you rather be stuck in an RV on a cross country road trip from the furthest west point to the furthest east point, and it's just you and this person the whole time?
I know who
Would
the
you
person.
rather be stuck with Jar Jar
I
Binks
knew it. I knew it.
or Salacious B. Crumb?
Salacious B. Crumb. Not even
Really?
close. I could. Yeah. All he does is laugh. I could beat the shit out of him and get him this time. Jar Jar would not shut the f up. I'm taking Salacious.
I could not think of like another character to put other than Jar Jar. I try to like I was gonna put the girl from Falcon and Winter Soldier. I was like, no, it needs to be like someone on par with annoyance. And
Yeah. As soon as you said stuck in an RV, I knew you were going Jar Jar.
all right, would you rather you have to get rid of one of these movies? Would you rather get rid of Winter Soldier or Empire Strikes Back?
Damn. And obviously it affects the whole franchises, right? Damn. Oh my
I mean, you
god.
can just count it as, I don't know. It's up for
I
your interpretation. If you want to just do standalone and not worry about the franchise, but
if I can keep the rest of the franchise, I would get rid of Winter Soldier because I think Empire Strikes Back is like a Mount Rushmore movie,
okay.
and it also has the greatest cinematic moment I think ever. So I would go
So you're
Winter
getting rid of Winter
Soldier.
Soldier.
Yeah, sadly, I would go
All
Winter
right.
Soldier.
Would you rather Mandalorian and Grogu be the movie of the year and Doomsday be the worst movie of the year, or the other way around?
I would
So basically, would you rather Mando and Grogu be peak or
I
Doomsday?
would I would rather Doomsday be peak because I think more rides on it and there's more important characters in it.
Okay.
If this was the Kenobi show as a movie and you asked that, I would pick Kenobi. But with it being Mando and Grogu, I'm going Doomsday.
Okay. All right. The last one. Would you rather get a full on 8, 9, 10 out of 10 Jurassic Park trilogy, a whole new, and like the worst
Okay.
movie of the trilogy is like a 9 out of 10?
Okay.
Or would you rather get one Vader movie?
Is the Vader movie like peak or is it
I just I'll say it's an
wow?
average Vader movie.
I, I would take the Jurassic Park because unless the Vader movie is peak, I don't want to touch the character and ruin it.
All right.
Because I think Vader works best in like small like sprinkling him in for like the aura moments or whatever. And so if you're gonna give me a movie, it's got to be done right, or I don't want it. So now, if you told me 9 out of 10 Vader movie, I would probably pick that. But if it's not,
What about
I'm
like a
going
7 out of 10?
I'm going Jurassic Park.
All right.
That would be if all three Jurassic Park movies were 9 out of 10 or better. It's probably one of the greatest trilogies ever made.
I mean, I would like Jurassic Park to
Yeah,
like make a good movie again. So,
yeah, I would take that.
um, all right,
Who would you cast as like a lead in a new trilogy for that? Like a Chris
Jurassic
Pratt,
Park.
Scarlet. Who do you have like anybody in mind?
Um, I'm trying to think of like someone like because like you could easily say like Glenn Powell. I would rather try to pick someone else.
More established,
Not. I actually kind of think I would rather get someone who's not
fresher.
who's like
Okay,
who's like been in some higher like level movies, has some notoriety, but isn't a star yet.
yeah.
But I don't.
Like a
I'm trying to
Cavill's
think.
too big. I wouldn't want Cavill
No, I don't. I
or a
I
Hemsworth.
definitely don't want. No, I'm okay. I don't.
I don't know.
I'm
I'm
trying to
gonna have to ponder
think.
on that one because I can't think of who I would take in that
You're
role.
saying for
Like in the
Jurassic
Chris
Park,
Pratt,
right?
yeah, in the Chris Pratt or
Yeah.
like Scarlett Johansson role, who would I want to play that for a trilogy that's 9 out of 10? I don't know.
You know who Loki?
Um,
Okay, is it? Do we want like a young person, or does it not
whoever
matter?
you want. It's yeah, whoever.
Loki, I think Jacob Elordi could do it.
I'm not opposed to that.
He
That
kind
would
of
kind
fits
of
the bill of like
and
not
that
like
would
a Grant, but more of the Chris Pratt type build.
yeah,
But you
and that
know
would
who I thought about that could low key do it as well? Jake Gyllenhaal.
ooh, that's a good pick.
Like an older, like he could do the Grant type
Yeah,
build.
that's low key a good pick.
What were you about to say though about
No, I was
Elordi?
gonna say for Elordi, that would kind of be like his hallmark, kind of like his run. Like he would like in 20 years he might be like that would he be known for that, right?
Yeah, I mean he's kind of on a tear right now, but I think like like a monster blockbuster franchise would help. I actually think the
Yeah.
dude that played Wonder Man could be pretty good too. Not gonna
That's a
lie,
good pick too, actually.
I think he would. I
I
think he
like
could be
that.
good as that.
I would have never
But yeah,
thought of
those would
that.
probably be my three right now
I like
that
the
I could
Wonder
think
Man
of.
pick. I like that. I would, yeah, I'm on board with that one. Okay.
Yeah, I
All
think
right.
he would. Yeah, I think he kind of fits the bill more than Elordi. Elordi's kind of already there. I mean, he's nominated for an Oscar this year. He's
Yeah.
already been nominated too. I forget. I already. Oh, Jake Gyllenhaal. He's well established
Yeah, I don't
too. So
I would be way more intrigued with the Wonder Man pick than Jake Gyllenhaal.
yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal would
All
be like
right.
a safe bet. All right. We're going to go into trilogy rankings now, right?
Yeah. So we're gonna quickly review the five MCU trilogies. We have Iron Man, Captain America, Guardians, Ant Man, and Spider Man as the five big trilogies of the MCU.
Yeah.
We're gonna go in order of the first one released. So we'll start with Iron Man, the very first MCU release. Overall, this trilogy is not that good, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The first one is the best Iron Man, and in my opinion, it's fine. It makes sense for the time that the MCU was in. Like that movie could not get released today, I don't
No.
think, and have success. But it's two and three are such a fall off from one.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely higher on one than I think you are. I think one's really good. But I think the fall off to two and three is insane. Because of that, it's a weaker trilogy as a whole, but it's got one of the better movies in the whole bracket that we're gonna do here, or talk that we're gonna do here. I just think one has a really like a just a like a grounded like classic feel to it. Like it doesn't do anything it doesn't need to. Doesn't go like a lot of the Marvel movies will as especially as you go later into the saga, they explore these like really just complex concepts, but it's so simple. It's this genius that's a arms dealer for the military that uses his brain to build this contraption, this suit, and it becomes who he is by the end of the movie. And I think it's really powerful. It's really good. The other ones kind of fall off from that.
I think
I
the
think they
villains
get
are also
lost.
just really bad in two and three.
Yeah,
Like
like
your best villain in two and three is probably Justin Hammer, and like
and that's
okay,
that's the thing. Like those villains, kind of that's where the Marvel complexity comes in, where you get these guys with different powers. Whereas like Obadiah Stane is just like his buddy that betrays him, and so it's a very closely related conflict and villain because it's a betrayal from somebody he's close with that you are introduced to. I like that more than like the Justin Hammer thing.
well at least like in two, like Whiplash isn't like super like he literally just has the like electric
Yeah,
whips. Like they're not
yeah,
in
he's not like
three.
a
Aldrich Killian, oh my god, his whole
yeah.
thing
That's
is
bad.
stupid, and then
I don't like that.
Pepper gets it, and then is he? It's just
Also,
I the best part. What were you gonna say?
this I'm kind of stealing this point from your book, but like the downgrade in Rhodey from one to two and three,
Yeah, I mean
I think it's a
in
downgrade.
two he's fine, but it just as later as the MCU gets, when he just turns into this
He
over comedic relief. Like in the first one, he is one, but he's like not that bad. Like not every scene is him just cracking a joke and saying
yeah
like, "Let's go back and strangle
he's
like baby Hitler," like it's
yeah
baby
he's
Thanos, like
unbearable
it's
in Endgame. Is it two where he's like they're in Tony's house during the party and he's like, "You don't deserve one of these." The suit. I think it's
yeah,
two. It's just like a stupid scene to me because like, who are you to declare? I know it's like within the movie and it whatever maybe it works, but like, who are you to declare that
yeah. You
I don't
don't
need?
deserve one of these that you gifted me.
Yeah, after you begged for it, it's stupid. Um. So yeah,
Um, yeah. I mean, I don't like Tony's development over the movies is definitely the best part of the trilogy and the MCU as a whole. His development, but I mean, but at the end of three, he like is supposed to give it up. He's not even supposed to be in any more movies
yeah,
after that
yeah.
because he like fixes the arc reactor and stuff, and
The heart and yeah,
yeah, so it's like that was supposed to be the end, and then they said, "Here's $100 million, whatever you want," and he said, "All right, coming back." So
I mean, it was the right decision, but
yeah, no doubt. It's just,
yeah, yeah. So,
um,
all right, Cap.
I think, yeah, Captain America next. I mean, definitely, arguably the best trilogy. We can get into that later.
Yeah,
I
these
don't
aren't
think
our
there's a
rankings, by
bad.
the way.
I don't think there's a bad movie. Obviously, I'm lower on one, but I also think being lower on one is also just how good the other two are.
Yeah,
Like one, I think is still like a 7 out of 10 movie,
yeah,
and that's not even a bad thing. But when you get into Winter Soldier, which is arguably the best movie in the MCU, and then Civil War, which is top 5 to 8ish range, it's kind of hard to deny how good this trilogy is.
yeah. I mean, I don't know if we want to save too much talking about it because I think this is going to be one of the ones we're talking about at the end of the episode. But um, one to me, I think is it. This whole trilogy is really well done. It's my favorite, and that's my favorite movie in the MCU. Cap one. I know it's not the best, but it is my personal favorite. I love the comic feel to it. It embraces that. I love World War II, and so that setting really speaks to me in that movie. I love the castings in that movie. Everybody in that, Dr. Erskine, Tommy Lee Jones as Colonel Phillips, they're all great. I really appreciate the connection they build to Little Steve in the beginning. And then you're not just introduced to Captain America, you're introduced to an uh, you're forced to love, not forced to, but you were introduced to and build a relationship with Steve. And I like that. I appreciate that in the movie. And then go into the other two, like Winter Soldier is really good. I think it's top two MCU movie. I think Civil War is the third best MCU movie. So like for me, they're up there. Um, I love. Maybe we'll get into it later because I don't want to put too much on the table right now. But I think the message and how they're constructed for all three is some of the best work in the MCU. And so, I mean, I could talk about it for days, but I'll save it in case we get into it, or I'll just bring it up later.
All right. I don't really disagree with anything you said, um, but we can get more in the Cap in a little bit.
Yeah, I just think Cap One
Uh,
deserves its flowers more than people give it sometimes in
I
general.
mean, I don't
But
think it's even. Yeah, I just think
it's not
sometimes
disrespected. But
looking at like the grand scheme of the MCU, which there's what at least 50 projects now.
yeah,
It being ranked like 12 really isn't that,
no, yeah, that's
especially
yeah,
considering it's like the third movie release or fourth movie released overall. Like
yeah,
that's still the fact that it holds up well because I don't think Iron Man 1, Thor 1, or Incredible Hulk or Iron Man 2 hold up nearly as well. So,
yeah,
and they were all the movies released right around it.
yeah. All right,
Um, Next is the Guardians trilogy. I think this could also be argued as one of the best. I think the first one and the third one are extremely strong, in my opinion. The second one, I flip flop on it a lot. I think it's easily the weakest. I don't think it's like the worst movie in the MCU. Like I've seen other takes. Like that's a little
I've
crazy.
seen that. Yeah,
There's definitely worse movies than Guardians Volume 2. Um but I think like you were saying earlier about like the casting, I think Guardians has some of the best casting in the MCU top to bottom. Like the whole central group, like you would never think Bradley Cooper would be like great playing a raccoon, and he's arguably the best member of the Guardians. Even Vin
yeah,
Diesel saying 3 words, I couldn't imagine Groot having another voice. And then even though Drax is not used properly towards the end, I still think Batista was the best casting for it there.
yeah. Um,
And then, I mean, I think the worst casting of the main five is probably Zoe Saldana, and she's still great in my opinion, especially from 2 to 3 when she's kind of playing a whole different character.
yeah.
And
I
I
mean,
think,
that's
go ahead.
good. I was gonna say that's kind of just like the Cap trilogy. Like, sure, it's the worst one, but like, it's what do you like? You're comparing it to
Yeah,
really good ones.
and I think Chris Pratt is one of the best castings in the MCU as Star Lord.
Yeah,
Definitely top 5 in my opinion. Outside of I mean the big two of Cap and Tony, I think there's an
Yeah,
argument he could be number 3. I'd
I
have to
have
see
him
a list
lower,
of all the
but
characters,
yeah,
but I don't think he would be outside the top 5, in my opinion.
conversation for another day. I think he is outside the top five, but I think he's just outside of it. Um, but we'll do that another day. Um, I like one's my favorite of the three. I think one's really good. Ronan is if Ronan was a better villain, I think that would fly
Yeah,
up my
he's
ranks.
Ronan. I think is the worst villain of the trilogy.
Yeah,
Even though
if
Ego is not great, Ronan just he was just like Thanos's like sidekick, and then
he's
he's
like
like, oh, I'm gonna
Butler.
do it
Yeah,
myself. Yeah, and then Thanos even knows he's like, you're this dude's gonna die, and then
if that movie had a villain the quality of High Evolutionary, it would easily, I think, be for me right like around Ragnarok as far as like my rankings. Because it is below it, but it would fly up to that level. I think one is really really good. I think it's funny. I think it's the funniest of the three, and it's like the
yeah.
comedy holds up for me. Whereas in two, I the first time I watched it, very funny. Second time, it didn't
Two,
stick
you
at all
kind of
for
get
me.
into like James Gunn going a little bit too much into his like own ego, so to speak. No pun intended.
Yeah. Which,
Um,
speaking of,
even
I think that's the sorry. I think it's the weakest plot of the three. Ego. I don't find it interesting at all.
yeah, like I think with Guardians they do. I think Gunn does story build pretty well. Like at the end of one, Kraglin tells Yondu like, "Good thing we didn't sell him to his dad," and Yondu's like, "That the guy was a jackass." So they're setting up, and then they're also they kind of have a callback to why he was even able to hold the Infinity Stone for as long as he did on his own, which still kind of doesn't make the most sense, but that was like a good enough
Yeah.
reason for it. Um, the scene where he tells him that about the tumor made no sense. Like I don't know why you would tell him that.
Yeah. Can I give you
And
a
I
Guardian? Go ahead.
go ahead. No, go
Oh,
ahead.
no, you go ahead first because I'm gonna get this might fire you up.
Um, well, I just think like Peter's character in two doesn't really make sense. Like I understand. Like I I could imagine if like you never knew who your dad was or seen your dad for this long. But at first he's like telling like Gamora's kind of like encouraging him to like talk to him, and then he's like, no, I don't want to do that, and then he completely switches when she's like, this guy doesn't seem like.
Yeah.
She's like, we're your family. He's like, no, this guy like literally is, and like that's just kind of against his character. Before you give me the hot take, I do think two does do like Nebula's development is crucial in my opinion because she turns into one of the better. She has one of the better developments post Guardians 2 in the
Yeah.
whole MCU, and I mean Yondu's death scene is very
It's good.
impactful, even though in,
Yeah.
like he was a side character. Um, I'll let you go ahead. Say what you got to say.
I got 3 points now. I'll do the hot take at the end. Point one, I do appreciate the scene with Rocket where I can't lose another friend, so he stops. Is it
Yeah,
Gamora? I like that scene. I
yeah.
think that's actually really well done. Two, um,
Well,
the
also
Guardians.
going. I just want to the scene with Yondu and Rocket's really good too.
Yeah,
When he's like, "You're me,"
yeah,
like
it's the
so,
reflection
kind of
kind of
going
thing.
like,
Yeah.
go ahead. Your number two
Um,
point.
number 2 point. This is kind of unrelated to the actual movies, but like I think the soundtrack's really good in these movies. It's
Oh
very
yeah,
different from everything else. It's kind of hard to compare it to like a Cap soundtrack, which is a lot of like it's to
it's like
build like it's
instrumentals and
cinematic.
actual like yeah.
Yeah. Whereas this is like playlist put in, which I like that. It's different vibes, so it's hard to compare, but the music they pick works. Um,
Yeah, it also just makes the movies more fun
fun.
overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, third point, this doesn't help my standing on the enjoying 5 year old slop type thing,
Oh, it's
but
gonna be Baby Groot.
Baby Groot is my favorite version of Groot. That's it. I just wanted to say that. I think he's
I
the
mean,
funnest. I think he's the funnest version. He is the funniest version. His comedy does hold up when I rewatch the movie for me somewhat. I enjoy Baby. I think he's funny, Baby Groot. I like it. It was a
I think
good change, I think.
I think the worst version of Groot is teenager Groot in Infinity
Yeah,
War.
yeah,
I like Groot in 3. I don't hate Baby Groot. I just it's Grogu before Grogu. Like it was a lot of it
Yeah,
was to sell, but
I think
I
the
mean, he is cute and he was funny in the movie with the beginning, seeing him trying to fight and then dancing, and then the whole scene trying to get Yondu's fin, and he
I
gets like
like
an
the
eyeball or something.
I always thought the scene with the bomb was funny, where he can't figure
Oh
out the
yeah,
wires. That's a
yeah.
funny scene. And it's not in the trilogy, but the Guardians holiday special, I think that is Groot's worst look. The like buff Groot in that one. Is it
Is
that one?
that when he gets in 3? I gotta look it up.
I think isn't he like really like almost like buff in that movie, Groot?
I think it's the same as 3. I don't mind that
Maybe.
design. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
design they have in 3. I don't know.
I don't
I don't
know.
mind that design
I'm
as much.
I'm not huge on it. And for 3, I don't think either of us talked about 3 yet. But
I think 3 is
I
the best villain of the trilogy, obviously. Other than I don't know, Winter Soldier, I think he's the best villain in all these movies that we're going to talk about.
okay. Um
I mean, other than Winter Soldier, Bucky, and 2, I don't think anyone in Iron Man's better. You could cheat and say like Green Goblin, but like I really don't like to count him as an MCU villain. I know he's
no,
in an
I don't
MCU
either.
movie.
I don't either. Yeah, I think he's really well done in that movie. I
And it's
the Rock,
dark. Like I
it
like
is
how
dark.
dark 3 is.
The Rocket stuff's really good. It's really really good. The flashbacks, it's emotional. It hits. The bonding between Quill and Rocket is really really well done in that movie. To go from 1 to 3, and that relationship is really well
Yeah,
done.
Chris Pratt is really good in this movie too. His
Yeah.
acting.
Um.
And then
Last thing I'll say
go ahead.
before we move on is I think Rocket. For me, Rocket is one of my top 3 to 5 favorite characters in the MCU.
Yeah, and I think he's one of the better developments too.
Yeah.
Like two of the like you could argue 2 of the 3 best developments in the MCU come from Guardians
Yeah. It's fair.
with Nebula and
And
Rocket.
Rocket. Yeah, that's fair.
Because I think Tony's won easily.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then I don't really count Bucky because he was kind of
It's
like
not. Yeah, I mean, it's
hit.
not a
He was
development.
under like the
Yeah.
trance.
Yeah.
And to
No,
be
it's
honest, I
fair.
can't really think of anyone else. Like Wanda developed and then she kind of went
Loki.
back. Yeah,
Loki.
I guess Loki.
Loki
I
would be
guess
there.
I probably put Loki at 2 or 3, and
I put
then
Loki
drop
at
Nebula
2.
down a bit.
I put Loki at 2. Yeah.
I kind of forgot about Loki, but
Yeah.
but still, you have 2 top 5 developments,
Yeah.
and
You want to?
yeah, we can move on to Ant-Man real quick, just because, and then do
Yeah.
our
We'll
rankings.
keep it moving. I don't have much to say
Um,
about this one. I like the first one. I
it's a
don't like the
worst,
other two.
it's a worst trilogy of the 5 we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Spoiler
I.
alert.
Yeah. I really don't have
The
anything to
first one
say.
is a fun heist movie. I like Paul Rudd in the first one, and then I don't know. I feel like Paul Rudd just like I like him, but I feel like it's like the Ryan Reynolds like curse
I
that
get. I get
he just
tired of
turns
them.
into the same character in every movie now
Yeah.
after Ant-Man. Um, but the one I mean, I think the first one, like I said, is the best one. I think um Yellow Jacket's actually good in the first one. Why can't I'm blanking on that guy's name.
Yeah. I don't know.
Um, and it's a
It.
good heist movie. Michael Pena, like he's hilarious in the movie as Lewis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, and the second
I.
one is not good. I think Ghost is bad in the second one, and then she
Yeah.
kind of is fine in Thunderbolts, even though she really doesn't do much. The best part of Ant-Man and the Wasp is Jimmy Woo.
Yeah, no, Jimmy Woo. Yeah, that took a
Yeah,
second to process.
literally.
He's fun. He's fun, and especially like his cameos in WandaVision, right?
Yeah,
He's fun. Oddly enough, like I don't think 2 and 3 are like sure they're necessary to the MCU, but like the stories are like uninteresting. Like I don't feel like I need to watch them. Like they don't do anything to the character for me except oversaturate him. And like Ant Man to me is not a character that needed 3 movies. I think it was because it's Paul Rudd that he got it, because he's a name, and like that's part of it. And I
well,
think one of his
yeah.
best arcs is Endgame. I think, and I know you don't like him in that movie. I think you don't.
I don't mind him
Or
in
maybe
Endgame. Like the whole scene of him like turning into like a baby and stuff. I was like, okay, that's
yeah. I
not
mean
really
that's dumb.
needed, but that's
But
just the MCU. slop humor
I
sometimes.
did appreciate how like he became, and I know we're not talking about Endgame, but like someone of value with like his knowledge of the quantum realm, and like that they needed him to be able to do what they did. I like that. I think that's better than anything they do in 2 and 3.
I think I think Ant Man and Paul Rudd is still a good character in the
Yeah,
MCU. It's just I think he's gonna die in Doomsday, but that doesn't really matter, I guess.
yeah. I'm not
I
there
think the
yet, but
only
I'm not
reason, like you were
opposed.
saying, he didn't need a trilogy. I think the only reason he got a trilogy is because of Kang in the quantum realm and
That is a good
introducing
point.
that.
It's a good point.
And three had a lot of and three, like you said, didn't mean anything to MCU. It doesn't mean anything now because Kang's gone.
Good point.
But
Good point.
Kang was supposed to be Doom, the big bad. But in three, like you were introducing this big bad that was supposed to be Avengers level threat, and he
And
dies from ants.
yeah. So like it doesn't mean anything, but like yeah, because he's not relevant anymore. But like they kind of solved the issue in that movie,
Yeah, no,
and
they do.
so
And
yeah,
there's no stakes, even when at the end of the movie, Paul Rudd like beats up Kang in a fist fight and then like sacrifices himself. But I think Cassie like opens the portal back up like a minute later or something like that. And Cassie's also annoying in three.
yeah,
And
and
I like the actress that plays her in other projects.
yeah,
And she's just annoying. Modoc. I mean, Modoc's never gonna look good in live action. I really don't think it's just a giant floating head, but he could have
yeah.
looked a little bit better. And
So
it's just the
Mr.
whole thing. It
Electric.
was like, yeah, it was like I don't know what she say. Stop, like you were a dick, but now stop being a dick or some stupid
Dickhead.
shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
I also don't give a shit about the mom finding her in the quantum realm. Why
yeah,
I
Michelle.
spent
Yeah, I don't.
two movies plus other appearances like of just hearing about her, and like I don't care. I didn't need to see a movie of rescuing her. She's been
Who
there for
is
30
the?
years.
Was it Bill Murray? Was the cameo of like her boyfriend in the quantum realm?
I think so, yeah. I think so. I forgot
Bill
about
Murray is
that.
probably the best part of this movie. No, Kang actually like Jonathan Majors is pretty good in this movie, and then he loses. Like it just doesn't make
Yeah.
sense to that.
To ants.
But and then the people were trying to say the last thing about this, like the ending when he was like after he's like,
The
does he go
stadium
to
thing.
Baskin Robbins again? And then
Oh.
after that, he's like,
Oh, when
he
he's
said
walking
like,
outside.
yeah, he said like there would be, did I just kill everybody? And then they're gonna somehow say that means Doom's coming. So they're probably gonna rewrite it to say that Kang was trying to protect people from Doom. I'm gonna assume
And he was a hero, maybe. Yeah, who
that's it.
knows?
Yeah,
I got
but
nothing else on Ant-Man.
yeah, we can move on.
Is it just
And
Spider-Man left?
last but not least, Spider Man. Um, this trilogy has two really good movies. One like superb movie. I really like Homecoming. I think I'm higher on it than you. And then it has one pretty mid to low tier movie in Far From Home.
Yeah, I'm not low on Homecoming. You're definitely higher on it than I am. I honestly need to rewatch that. It's been a bit, and I kind of want to refresh myself on it. But I like Homecoming. Definitely not as high as you on it. Vulture's a good villain. I do like Tom Holland in that movie. The Spider-Man portrayal is pretty good. Um, No Way Home speaks for itself. I like what they did there, and I'm sure we'll talk about that more. I don't like Far From Home. It's like it's a fun watch because it's a Spider-Man movie, and it's like it has a baseline of being fun because it's
Like I could
Spider-Man. But
watch
like,
it fine,
yeah,
but like it's not. I wouldn't pick it. Like
no,
I'd probably, I don't know, because
I'd
Spider-Man movies
only
are just fun. And Mysterio, I will say, I think there's not a bad villain in the Spider-Man trilogy
yeah
because I think Mysterio,
is
even though
good.
the movie's not good, is I think Jake Gyllenhaal is great as him. I think Vulture's good, Michael Keaton, and obviously Goblin, Doc Ock, and Electro are really the main three of No Way Home, and I think they're all like Electro. If Electro in No Way Home was how he was in TASM 2, I'd be higher on that movie.
That's fair.
Even though Jamie Foxx is like kind of low key playing the same character he plays in Baby Driver, it's still
That's fair.
a redemption. But um, the one thing I'll say about the trilogy is like it just relies too much on the MCU to be a Spider-Man movie. Like Spider-Man, I would want a more grounded like New York City without Iron Man, Strange. Even though I think Strange, if you don't have Strange, you don't have the whole spell. But even in Brand New Day, like there's going to be Hulk, like Punisher's fine because he's like kind of equivalent, but like if you're gonna have Hulk and all these other characters, it might oversaturate it still.
I don't mind it because we've already seen Spider-Man in those street level stories for two other actors, and so now like we
Yeah.
have the MCU. Like some people want to see Spider-Man versus Hulk or Spider-Man versus Captain America and Spider-Man versus Black Panther, and like that was these were or they are going to be our opportunities to see it, and so I'm not opposed to like I don't mind the MCU involvement for him. I think it works and it's something different. I mean, like that's not to say down the line when they eventually, I'm sure in 20 years we get more Spider-Man stuff and they go back to street
Yeah.
level with whoever. So I'm not bothered by it. Um,
All right.
I
I mean,
will
go ahead.
I will say, and you said it before on here. Nostalgia, not nostalgia bait, but it's nostalgia filled with the ending of No Way Home with the Spider-Man involvement for Toby and Andrew. I see that, but I do think that there is value in the stories told. At that point in the story, he doesn't have Aunt May. He doesn't have an Uncle Ben. He doesn't. I mean, Strange is there, but not really like in that role. He doesn't have Tony, and like Andrew and Peter are older, experienced Spider-Man. Like they fill that void of like
Oh, I mean, yeah,
Guardian, and
I
I like
think like with Andrew saving MJ was big for his character, and then Toby preventing Tom from killing Goblin and doing the
yeah.
same thing that he did to Uncle Ben's murderer and Andrew did to Uncle Ben's murderer is a big moment because he knows like
He
killing the
knows what.
person that
Yeah,
did that to you is going to only make you feel worse in the end, and it's not going to bring them back.
yeah, and so like I appreciate that being in the movie because if it wasn't, then it would just be nostalgia bait. But the fact that like that's in there and they actually like those two characters play a role in like developing Tom's Peter and letting like they're already who they are, they've been through everything, they have experience, letting Tom's Peter grow into that same thing or at least have those experiences. I think like the fact that they were able to do that with those characters and give them a purpose um is really good. And so
Yeah.
that's what I would
All
say
right,
there.
let's
Let's rank
rank
it. Yeah.
these. Do you want me to go first or you want to go first?
You can go first.
All right. Number 5, Ant-Man trilogy, no shock there. It's like you said, like even if Thor was on here with 1, 2 and Ragnarok, I'm still putting Thor over it.
Yeah,
So it's just the worst. Even though I like the first Ant-Man, it's it's on
it's
the
fine.
bottom.
Yeah.
4, I'm gonna go Iron Man. I just think top to bottom, while Tony and Iron Man are is the most important character of the MCU, his movies don't really do that as much justice as the later MCU
Yeah.
films and Avengers movies do. And he has the second worst villains. Ant Man easily has the worst villains in
Yeah.
this trilogy.
Yeah.
3, I'm gonna go Spider Man. I just think Far From Home kind of damages it a lot, and I think the other two trilogies have more consistency. And outside of No Way Home, I think have higher highs. No Way Home just obviously, arguably, has the highest highs in the whole MCU, just because you're seeing 3 Spider Man
Yeah.
that you've grown up with like for 20 plus years together on the big screen.
Yeah.
Um, no, this is a hard one, but for today, I'm gonna say number 2 is the Cap trilogy.
For
I'm gonna
today.
go with
Okay.
Guardians at 1.
Okay.
They're neck and neck. I just like the Guardians trilogy just a little bit more, top to bottom. Even though 2 is weaker, I like Guardians 3 more than Civil War, and I would probably have Guardians 1 not too far below Winter Soldier. Did you think I was going to put Guardians 1 over Winter Soldier?
I was nervous you were going to do that for a second.
No. Winter
So you would
Soldier is probably the second best movie in the MCU,
okay. So you
but
would go Winter
Guardians might
Soldier.
crack my top 5.
So you would go Winter Soldier 1, 3, Civil War, Cap 2.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
But they're all like so like let's like even like 1 to 12, they're all probably right there. Like
Okay.
they're both in my opinion. Well, Guardians 2 would be quite low. Probably
Okay.
like 20, but still. But that's what I got. Go ahead.
All right. At 5, I'm going Ant Man. Not going to explain it. It's the same. Five, or I'm sorry, four is Iron Man, same as you. One strong, but it's not enough to carry. Three, I got Spider Man, same as you. If Far From Home was the quality of Homecoming or a little bit better, I would consider it in the two spot. But it's not, and so I
If
can't do
Far
that.
From
But
Home was better than Homecoming, I'd consider it arguably for the one spot because No Way Home is just
okay, all
it's
right.
and I really like. I'm higher on
I
Homecoming than you.
I think it depends too on how you are on No Way Home, because some people like after first watch are very low on it. Like it drops like 10 spots on their list, and some still have it top
Yeah,
five. So I think it depends on that. So three is Spider Man. Two I'm going Guardians, and then one I'm going Captain America.
yeah, no
So
shock there.
yeah.
But I mean,
So
I don't even hate if you would put Cap at one. Like, I would have to like rewatch both of them right now, and then my
I
mind might change. Like, it's just
yeah
because I told you
I
the other day, I was like, I think I'd probably go Cap, but
you did, yeah.
just talking about it today, I just have more enjoyment with the Guardians
It's fine.
trilogy,
Yeah,
top to bottom.
I
But I
think.
think Winter Soldier is the highest
What do you think more
of it.
people would? What do you think more people would pick? Guardians or Cap?
I think the general MCU audience would probably pick Guardians. Not gonna lie, just because I think it appeals to more people. Like you talked about Baby Groot, I think the comedy hits harder. But I think if like you care more about the MCU and maybe like the comic side of things, you're definitely gonna pick Cap. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So like watchability,
I think
casually watching a
watchability,
movie.
like if you ask a
No,
random person who's
I
watched the
agree with
MCU
that.
once or twice, like would you rather watch Guardians or like Cap?
Or
They
Captain
probably would
America.
say Guardians
Yeah.
right now.
Guardians is kind of a looser story where you can sit down and have a good time with it. Cap, you definitely like are sitting down to like take in the story in a way.
Like I feel like
Um,
Guardians one or and definitely two, you could kind of turn on and just not pay full attention to it. But I
I
feel like
could
Cap,
turn
you
on.
kind of need to pay
Yeah.
attention to the background details more. Like
Guardians 3 kind of starts to get into that Cap range where it's
yeah,
like I kind of want to sit down and focus on this. Like I could throw on Guardians 1 while I'm like building a new Lego set or something, and I could mess around. Like I could have it in the background and be okay. Cap and Guardians 3, I would need to like. I think I would want to just focus on the movie. Um,
yeah.
I don't know. I
I
mean,
guess the last thing I'll say, obviously Cap. We kind of I forgot to say this in the meeting. Cap has four movies, but we're going Steve Rogers trilogy.
yeah, no,
Obviously, it's
yeah,
we're
yeah,
the if Sam Wilson gets two more movies, that would be his own trilogy. He's not going to get that after Brand New Day flop, but
yeah.
you never know.
Um, where for the sake of debate, and I think we wanted to debate these two at the top more, but we're not really
I
getting
feel like we
there.
both, unfortunately,
Are okay
understand
with
each
it.
other's side.
Yeah. Um, like if we, I don't know. I mean, we're gonna be like forcing a debate here that isn't really there if we try and go
Well, I
into
mean,
it.
you said that you think Cap is the best casted movie,
No, I
but
didn't say it's the
I do
best.
think
I think it's just really good.
I would say I think Guardians is better casted.
Um, so I think Guardians is good in the sense that like those characters are all very important over time. What I really appreciate with Cap One specifically is that those characters um, are casted so well for minor roles, and they almost make them feel like super important. Like Dr. Erskine in that movie, for not being mentioned once after his death, is so well done and so valuable and so important to the MCU. And I think part of it is because of that casting. Like his connection to Steve, that conversation they have in the barracks, where they're not a perfect soldier, good man with the chest and
Yeah.
the alcohol, like that's a top three scene in the MCU for me. Like I freaking love that scene, and I think it's in part because of the job he does having that conversation with young little Steve. Um, I think Red Skull's nicely casted. I think say what you will about Captain Carter, but I think Peggy is really well casted with Haley Atwell. I
Well,
couldn't
I think
imagine.
Peggy's fine. I just the
Yeah,
oversaturation of Captain Carter got
yeah,
a little too excessive. But I think
and
like Haley Atwell is great as Peggy.
yeah, and say what you will about his Captain America, but I think Anthony Mackie as Falcon for those couple movies is
Uh,
really good. Like
Well,
I
I've never
think
said anything bad about Anthony
no,
Mackie.
I know, but like as a supporting character, like next to Steve in that role, like I think he's really
Yeah.
really good in those movies. Um, but for Guardians, like there's not a bad cast in that group. Like they all
No, I mean even in the
work.
first one, like John C. Riley and Glenn Close, like are the minor characters of Xandar, and I think they're both like great in it. Like I think
Yeah.
John C. Riley's obviously funny in it. I
Hmm.
don't. Ronan's not poorly casted. He's just poorly executed and written, in my opinion.
Whereas I don't think a Cap villain and any of them are poorly executed.
No, I mean, who is Zemo like the main villain, or would Ross be the main
Zemo,
villain of
yeah,
Civil
it's
War?
I would say
Civil
it's
War, I'm
Zemo.
saying.
I would say it's Zemo
Yeah,
because I mean he's sabotaging Bucky, which is Cap's.
yeah,
Cap's trying to save
yeah.
him. I
That's
would say
true.
it's Zemo.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, Ross is just kind of like there, and he's just like it's like a
He's just
Mace
like the
Windu kind of thing where he's
antagonizer.
just yeah. Um, I
But
think we're
yeah, I
good
mean,
there. For the sake of
yeah.
argument, where would you put? Um, let's just say the first three, four movies, and where would you put Black Panther with the quality of those two? I would
Thor
put I would
Thor
put
for me
Thor
would go over Iron Man because I
same
think Ragnarok is so like just carries it up that much, but it's
same.
not better than Spider Man. And I think Black Panther maybe above Spider Man, but even then, like I just I don't know. I'm not putting anything those two over
No,
Cap
yeah.
or Guardians. So
I agree. I would put Thor over Iron Man below Spidey. I would put I'm kind of battling Black Panther either over Thor or over Spider Man because I like Wakanda Forever a lot and I love
I'd
Black
probably put it
Panther.
over Thor just because
Yeah over Thor.
there's two quality movies compared to just one. And then if we wanted to, just for fun, like Doctor Strange, I don't know. I'd probably it's like tied with Iron Man.
Uh yeah, it'd be tied with Iron Man.
I'd put it under Thor.
Um yeah, and then I think any combination of the Avengers movies I would put they'd be one or two. But I don't think we wanted to go down that route because it's so many characters.
No, it's just so different.
Yeah,
They're all the movies are too different to
yeah,
really compare. But
yeah. So I think we're good there, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
All right.
we're good.
All right. So that was our MCU trilogy ranking video, as well as some would you rather's at the beginning. Uh, thank you all for watching. We'll come back this upcoming week with a couple more videos, and we'll keep this thing rolling for you guys. All right. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks for watching.